You're not here yet, but today we're going to talk about Empaths Stop regulating difficult people. It's about why you feel exhausted after interacting in certain relationships and what changes when you stop managing everyone else's emotional state. First of all, it's exhausting. Second of all, we often don't realize that we're still doing it. It's very unconscious often, most often, until it's not. All right, I want to turn on, I just wanted to say that piece. My name is Marty Forrest. I am empathic, obviously, talking with empaths, highly sensitive, Blu-ray, grid worker, light worker, titles. Do lots of things. I coach with people who want to know how to stop feeling exhausted, walking around, absorbing everything around them. Yeah, that's what I get to do. There's more than that, but that's the gist of it. Okay, I'm searching for me on the computer so I could see the comments. All right, who's joining me today? I know it takes a minute sometimes to populate and notify people. That's the word I want. Okay, well, there's just been some really good morning, big things happening in my own life around people. Difficult is relative. We just didn't, we were just kind of abrasive together. And not always, but there was always this underlying current in the relationship that wasn't serving either of us. And what happens? What happens for the empath when we're in those relationships? We unconsciously, until we become conscious, are regulating that person. Thank you for the like. Say good morning. Who's here? Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up. I'm listening to where to. Let me just take a breath. Campo. Hi. And good morning, everybody. Thanks for being here. Yes, this. All right. So I've had some relationships. They appear on the surface to be really great, good relationships. There's always a sense of caution, walking on eggshells sometimes. And it's very subtle. It appears like we have this really amazing relationship. And we do. But there's a part of me that's still regulating them because I don't feel totally safe. Anybody else do that? It's very unconscious most of the time until it's not. And what does it look like? We start to over-explain. Thank you from India. Krishan. I'm not even going to try to say it all. Krisha. Is that how you go by? Krishan. Thank you. Appreciate it, Chris. Ocampo. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you all. So this is about empaths to stop regulating difficult people that you're in relationship with. Maybe it's just a peripheral relationship. Maybe it was a close relationship at one time and then it changed because you changed. This is what happened when I recognized that I was overspilling, over-explaining, and over-regulating other people, and then I pulled my energy back in, sometimes verbally set a boundary, and sometimes simply pulled my energy away, cut the cords, they feel it. And then they want to reel you back in. It's the dance, right? It's the dance we've done for a long time. And then we stop doing it. And then it goes to shit because they don't like it. Anybody relate to that? You stop engaging in that kind of dance with them and that energy field, regulating their field, and then it changes. And they get upset about it. They may not know that. All they know is it's not working for them. It's not working for us, obviously. So let me share my examples, because I have a couple things that happened just this week. I had a person who, sometime last year, we triggered each other, and I just set a hard boundary. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done cleaning up your messes. I'm done regulating your energy. Done. And then a few months later, she had her list of things that she wanted to talk about. And then finally, she just said, I can't do this with you. Great. She sent me this email that was vilifying me. And so we just kind of danced around, being friends. And this last weekend, she wanted to meet for tacos. And I'm like, great. She's like, and then we can talk. And I said, I'm not rehashing this. It was very painful for me, and I worked through it. Goofy goober, hi. And I worked through that. And I just said to her, hi, Alita. Hey, if you want to talk about a resolution and moving forward in our relationship with a solution, I'm all for that. But I'm not rehashing that, what happened. I'm not going through it again. So I get a voice message on a couple days later. And it was all about how I don't actually want to talk, and she's not going to put her feelings under the rug. And I triggered her because I was dismissive about that email. And I was like, are you out of your fucking mind right now? You sent the email to me, and now you want me to regulate your feelings about it? Hell no. I was like, are you? Oh my God. I was just stunned, but not. No, that is not happening. I did a voice message back. I did not send it, and I waited till the next day. So this is key for you all. If you are triggered in the moment, don't reply. Take a moment to pause, take an hour to pause, take a 24-hour pause. I did that till the next day. I did have my response, and then I did not send it. And it wasn't really out of line, but it was more than I actually wanted to say. And the next day, I sent a text about 3 lines. Thanks for letting me know how you feel. And clearly, we're not in the same place in our relationship, and I'm not available for what you're asking. And I wish you well. And she was like, agreed. There was some energy under it, but I just didn't engage with her. I was like, I'm done. And then someone else, same kind of thing. We had our angst in the relationship all along. We've had our angst, and she's 90 now. And I'm taught, this is a very old belief I realized just recently, like, oh my gosh, here's this belief showing up. I'm taught to respect my elders, even though they're an asshole and they're treating me like crap and they're very passive aggressive. Very much my mother. That's how my relationship with my mom. And she did this thing, and I went, where was the dang repair, right? There was none. She wanted to dump her crap in my lap again for me to clean it up, and I wasn't willing. So I saw her last night. She said hello, gave me a hug, went and sat down. No harm, no foul. I'm not willing to engage in that. And that was a verbal boundary. So with this other person, I was going to stay with them at this conference next weekend, her and another woman, and suddenly it doesn't work because the hotel said, no, we can't have an extra person in the room. All she had to do was say she didn't want to stay with me. We've stayed before together. And I was just like, I was really angry and really hurt. And I just replied to the one who gave me the information. I said, thanks, because I didn't want to blast her. It's not her fault. So I decided I was going to drive with them, take them to the conference. And I said, I'm not doing that. I'm not spending time in a car with this person. Y'all can figure it out. What I realized when I closed those doors, how much energy they were taking up in my space. How much I was actually leaking energy because I'm on eggshells a little bit and I got a little caution around them. So I'm really leaking energy out and I'm exhausted being around them. I don't enjoy them. And I closed the door. And when I closed the door, I'm like, oh, dang, I have a lot of energy now. I just feel lighter. Can y'all relate to that? It's exhausting. It's really exhausting. And we often don't realize it until you just pay attention to how you're showing up in the relationship and how you feel when you see they're calling you, or how you feel when you're going to go, this person, I was going to go pick her up and take her to meetings, and I would just sometimes just dread it. Negative Nelly. She was not a happy person to be around. And, it just doesn't work. So we're at this point in the energy field, in the way the energy's moving in the ethers and the vibration, how our DNA is being changed, that we're not in a position, we're not in a place that we're going to be able to tolerate that for very long. So if you have things that you've been paying attention to, you feel it, or you over-explain. That's a big one for us. We over-explain ourselves because we think that's going to help them to hear us better. Really, they just checked out at a certain point. And we've just put a bunch of words out there that they don't really care about. And we walk away going, I still don't feel heard. Right? So sometimes way less is more. So we over-explain. We want to fix it. We want to jump back in the pool after we've already said our truth. And it landed in a way that they took it however they took it. But we felt it, right? We felt them. Now we want to go back and soften it or fix it for them, or not have it land so hard for them. Yeah, how many of y'all do that? I've done it my whole life. Now I have consistently stopped, but there were still those 2, 3. There was a third one. Not the same kind of relationship, but there was a third thing. So somebody said they happened in 3. So I'm like, oh, good God, not again. I had 2 this week. That was enough. And then I remembered, oh, there was a third. It was just a different kind of relationship with that person. And I just decided I'm done. I'm done pretending that we like each other. I don't not like him, but I don't like how when he hugs me, he would strong arm me. And I'm like, we're done. We're done. I don't like the energy. I don't like the feeling of that. So let's just not do that at all. So we don't. Last 2 times I've seen him, we don't have any conversation. Unless it's just, a little information here and there. That's it. It feels hard. Y'all can relate to this. It feels hard. It feels difficult to speak our truth or to set our boundary, to stop regulating our whole environment. And how many cats do I have? Oh, why is that? Why did you ask me that? I have 17. How do you even know that? Is there somebody in here? Do I have a cat in here? I don't see a cat in here. I have a lot of cats. Captain Trips. Yeah, we have lots of cats. We live in the country and we have lots of cats. And I love them. All of them. Okay. Depending where you are on your journey in your life as an empath, I know in the beginning when I learned how to set boundaries and actually implement them, it felt horrible. And my knees would knock and I was just shaking my boots. And then it got easier. And so now I'm fine-tuning. I'm fine-tuning those places that I've noticed they're not working. It's not working for me. And I can tell you, if it's not working for you, it's not working for them. They're getting something out of it. So when you stop regulating, they're like, what happened? I always felt so good around you. And now you're not rescuing me. Now you're not saving me. You're not fixing me. You're not trying to soothe my emotions for me. And it's often just energetically. It's not with our words always. So what are you noticing in your relationships? What questions do you have? Not how many cats I have. What other questions do you have around this? I do have a few notes. I'm just making sure I've covered the core things I wanted to talk about today. When we stop regulating, sometimes there are no words. Sometimes it's simply, I get really clear in my energy and the field's really clear, and then it alters. Sometimes it's that simple. And then there are those, in the beginning, it was about speaking the truth and the throat chakra opening. And so I had to speak them. I didn't have to do anything, but I spoke them out loud. And it was super duper uncomfortable. Because I didn't feel worthy. I didn't feel worthy of people not walking on me, treating me like crap, using me, using my energy, coming and word dumping and all over because they felt better while I felt exhausted. It's time to stop doing that. Stop doing it to yourself. All right, tell me your questions. What else? What else is there, Spirit? What else do we want to share around this? I see her comment, the mother wound. Yes, I've had a couple of those people. I'm going to expand on that a little bit. So the last one is this 90-year-old who's just, she's the judgmental, the negative, the everything's a problem. And that was my mom. And I'm a problem. And that was my mom. And that she represented that. That's how she showed up in my world. And I was like, holy crap. There was another one that did that same thing in the same way around my age. And that was like a 15-year relationship. And finally one day I'm like, she revealed her, well, she didn't reveal them. I saw her true colors when my dad died 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago in July. And I saw her true colors then. And then it was just a downhill slide from that point. And there just came a day I'm like, I'm done. I wish you well on your journey. Thank you for the lessons and the gifts. And I blocked her everywhere. I don't miss her. And then I have this one. I'm like, I have a mom. I don't need another person. They've helped me grow, but I can stop justifying it to stay in this relationship. And that's what it is. So where are you justifying your relationships, your behavior, or, oh, they're helping me grow and it's such a beautiful blessing. It's a bunch of fucking bullshit. Sometimes that's the truth, but other times, when do you stop? When do you stop justifying their behavior? Because yes, you're growing, but there comes a point we don't need help. And we don't need to stay in relationships that are draining us. We just don't need to do that. Sometimes it's family. My niece just got married a couple of weeks ago. I didn't go. I had a cousin and his mom 6 months apart. They were both killed in an accident 6 months apart. I didn't go to those funerals, memorials, whatever they are. I didn't go. That's my family. I love them to pieces. But they sucked the life out of me. And I don't belong. And it was a hard decision. Those weren't easy. And if you're in those spaces and places, it's okay. No harm, no foul. There's nothing wrong. You can't get it wrong. Everything is divine timing. And we stay until we don't. We stay till we get it. Sometimes we stay and we change, and then they change with us. Sometimes that happens. Some people grow with us. Those that don't or don't know how to handle us, when we stop enabling them, they usually go away. Or it becomes like the one I saw last night. It's a peripheral thing now. We're not friends. We're acquaintances. And that's okay. I don't need friends who want me to always regulate them. How many times do you have people that call you because they feel good when they're around you? They always want to talk to you because they feel good being around you, but they don't hear you. They don't even want to ask you how you're doing. Or if they do, it's very short. I had a conversation like that yesterday. When I finally started sharing, then she took over the conversation again. I just stopped talking. I'm not going to compete for that space. So I just stopped talking. But how many of our relationships are like that? How many of your relationships are actually reciprocated? Or are you always the one regulating and listening and cleaning up the energy for them? Mother wound. It's if you are here, come across this later, listen to the recording, we're the ones breaking the cycle. And the mother wound is generational. The family wounds, mother wound, father wound, it's generational, ancestral. And we said yes to coming here in this life to break those patterns and change them. And some days I'm like, really? Why did I do this? Why am I here right now? Because holy cow, it's a lot. And then it gets easier. That's how it goes. And we keep peeling the layers. So when it feels really hard and really difficult, it's not just our stuff. It's not just me. It's not just you. It's your whole generation of people. We're here to clean it up. Critical judgment. Working on that piece in myself. Critical judgment of yourself. Really seeing where it lives and why. DNA is for real. I think I'm in radical self-reflection now. Yes. I would agree. Yes. Yep. Critical judgment of yourself. I'm that's what I feel like you're talking about. So when we're in judgment, whether it's of you or the people out here that you're judging, it's always a reflection. It is in us, then they put it on us, the conditioning, double whammy. Yeah, well, yes, absolutely. Yeah. So when we're, yes, of myself, okay. I'm hearing the word martyr. We become the martyr. When I'm judging me, but I'm nice out here to you, you got to know I'm still judging. If I'm judging me, I'm judging you. If I'm judging you, I'm judging me. It's just a mirror. When I'm wearing the mask, I'm going to own this, when I'm wearing that mask and I'm being really nice to everyone else, but on the inside, I'm just raking myself over the coals. I've become the martyr. What I'm doing to me, I'm doing to you. It's not always conscious. I'm not saying the words. And so that judgment of self are those places and things that we don't like about ourselves that we think should be different. Why? Does it really need to be different? Googled that word yesterday. My dad said to me once about my mother, not everyone can be a martyr. That confused me, the message of it. Well, now you've gotten it twice. Not everyone can be a martyr. Yes, they can. Everyone can be a martyr. Of course they can. So, gosh, we are so freaking hard on ourselves. Cut yourself some slack. You're a human being having a human experience. And if you stop judging, when you stop judging, when any of us, this is not, I'm not saying that like, when Alita stops judging, it's not like that. When we stop judging ourselves and we go to that heart soul place, there's no judgment. Zero judgment. Creator, God, spirit, Allah, whatever you call that, greater thing than me, does not judge you. I love you too. Creator does not judge me. I can't even tell you how many times I've gotten so angry and I'm like, F you, God, you do it. Right? I wouldn't let you talk to me that way. Exactly. I know you remember that. Excuse me. And people look at me like I'm nuts. God's going to punish you. Like, God doesn't care. My creator is so big, she waits for me to get done with my tantrum, and then we carry on. Right? I'm a human being. You're a human being. We are not meant to be whatever you decide is perfect or whatever you considered or called perfect. I asked somebody that. What is perfection? And she had a list of things. I'm like, but whose idea of perfection are you trying to live up to? Where did we get this idea that things have to be perfect? I have to show up perfectly. I did it. I had it. But when I asked myself, whose idea of perfection am I trying to live up to? There's no such thing. There is no such perfectly imperfect. I would let you. Oh, I did not read that right. Thank you for that clarity. The way I speak to myself, if you spoke to me that way, nah, not today. But what's going on in your head, if your friend spoke to you that way, you would likely not be friends. And that's how I could start to see myself. I would never let my friends talk to me that way. And when it happened later in my life, after I had started on this journey of evolving and transforming, those ended quick. Those ended very quickly because I wouldn't talk to me that way. I'm not going to allow somebody else to do it. Yeah. And I know when I speak to you, when I'm speaking to you here, I say it with all the love in the world. From my own experience. I didn't love me then. I love me now. And so I can share this from a space of love. And how you interpret and how you hear it is you. Advice wise, though, absolutely, Hunter, you are good at teaching us to protect ourselves. Yes, I am. Thank you. Bro, they were demons. Okay. Consider your children, your animals, how much you love them and how you speak to them. You would never speak to them the way that you speak to yourself. So start speaking to yourself the way that you speak to them. It'll change everything. It'll change everything about you. when you're judging yourself about how you did something or what you said, or I should have said it different, or whatever, the things that we do to ourselves. I know that dialogue. Is it effective? I can hear my cat out the door. Is what you said, is how you behaved, is it effective? Is it true? Could I have said it different? Maybe so. Maybe I could have said it different. But it's not a place of judgment. It's a place of growing. What's in our hearts comes out of our mouths. What's in our head also comes out of our mouths. If it's coming from your heart, even the truth, you can feel the love. If it's coming from your head, often, even if it's the truth, it can be abrasive and harsh. Way too fast, it comes from the mind. Yes, because we're not used to listening to our hearts and speaking from our hearts. That's what they say. That's the longest distance between your head and your heart. The head is meant to be the servant of the heart. But we've been taught to use our mind and to think and to have opinions and to have judgments and to have, and there is a place of judgment, which is discernment. That's different than what you're talking about. When it's, oh my gosh, I so get that. When it's too fast from the mind, because I have stuff that comes flying out of my mouth and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just said that out loud. And it was rude or it was inconsiderate or whatever, and we can't take it back. Sometimes it happens. It's not as much today. Pause. That's where you pause. Pause, take a breath. And decide if I need to say it. Is it helpful? Is it harmful? The mind is very quick to override the heart. The mind is very quick to override your intuition. Because that's what we've learned our whole entire life. Don't trust your feelings. Don't trust your intuition. Don't trust your body. Those are the things we've been taught. So we operate from the head. Discernment. Remember me working with that. Yes, yepers, it's getting so much better. The pause. Helpful, harmful helps. Good. I'm glad. Thanks for being here, interacting with me. I appreciate it. Anybody else have any questions or comments? Yeah, that's gold right there. Taking the moment to pause instead of letting it just flop out of your mouth. I'm not even going to try to butcher your name. Can I just call it? Can I just say Gina? I can see Gina in there. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. If you like this conversation and it's resonating for you, subscribe, turn on the notifications. You'll get notified when I'm coming on, which is going to be next week. It's going to be on Friday because I'm leaving town Friday later for the weekend. Normally it's on Saturdays, and I do my best to be here at 10 o'clock Central Time. Yeah. So if you want more than this, and you like to do some, have a brief conversation to see what the alignment is, if you'd like to work together, it can be a one-time thing. It can be a long-term thing. Just send me the word calibrate, and I'll reach out to you. You can email me at Marty at, let me put it in there, Empathic Superpower, and it is all phonetic, except Marty is Marti. Oops, SUPER, POWER.com. There we go. All right. lovelies. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you all very much. Grateful I can come here and share with you, offer you tips and tools, and get to work with you at some point. And I've worked with some of you that are here, so all good. Okay, lovelies. Anything else before I wrap and say have a great weekend? I appreciate you. I'm grateful you're here. I'll remember Friday. Yes, I'll post it too. Very good today. Marty is very good. Just helped me with boundaries. I'm loving my empathetic self and that I misunderstood. Thanks, Alita. Yes, long-time client. So I am grateful. I'm grateful for all of you. I appreciate you. I love you. Have a great weekend. Namaste.